All right, we are live.
Hey, everybody, happy Saturday night to you.
Woo! And to Fulton, I have the entries here. I just haven't done a community post, but they have been recorded. Trust me, they are there. Whether I do a community post or not, I have recorded all of the entries, including the super chats, because for every $1 super chat, they get an entry, and that's any time on any stream. But tonight, a little announcement. There's going to be a really cool after party. I know Samantha Lee has something to do later on. I'll do something special a little early before she has to go do her thing. But this is Big Daddy H's last good night here because they leave Monday morning. So he's sitting over here in the wings waiting on the after party. That's number one, the announcement. So this is our last night. We can kind of juice it up a little bit and sleep in a little bit and all that. But then tomorrow night, I have to go back to work Monday morning. You have to head for home. So tomorrow night's not going to be a wild night. Tonight will be a little wild.
Okay.
All right. Second announcement is hey, B Wizzle, and everybody in the chat, Fulton, Crazy Ann, everybody, welcome. But making some few announcements here. But I did get my sample Scotch pours from Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. If you have not subbed to Malt Muser and you like tasty adult beverages and you enjoy Scotch, please give him a sub over there. He does some really good reviews. But we're going to do a collaboration together where I sent him 3 of my best bourbons and he sent me 3 of his best Scotches, 1 ounce pours on them. He marked his 48, 49, and 50 for some reason. I marked mine A, B, and C. So his must be way better because they're really high numbers. You know, I don't know. But the premise of that collaboration is going to be a bourbon drinker trying to convince a Scotch drinker that there are really, really good bourbons and vice versa. So we're going to schedule that upcoming. So that's that announcement. And the last one is a sad announcement to make.
I know, terrible situation. I'm on call tonight, so it's a dry week,
but not for me.
No.
But
so I got this stuff right here.
He is drinking sun-kissed orange soda. But the theme of tonight, since you can't drink bourbon, is I'm going to sip on some bourbon. You're going to sip on your sun-kissed orange, and we're going to talk about, and I called it Boys Toys, but the reason I called it that was because of the song, The Boys of Summer, and I kind of threw toys in there, the Boys Toys of Summer. But I know some females who have some pretty gnarly zero-turn lawnmowers. So we're talking boats, we're talking camper trailers, we're talking motorcycles, power tools in general, routers, all of that. Let us know some cool stuff you have that you drag out in the summer, and we can compare notes here and sip on some bourbon. Nope, no chicken cock today.
Yeah, no chicken cock today. Sorry.
But I am going to pick something. I think I'm going to go for the George Remus. George Remus. This is the 114 proof here.
You have to be a good boy from last Thursday until next Thursday, and then I can do whatever I want. But yeah, for tonight, good boy.
Yep. So I'm going to rub it in his nose here with some. Now, this is MGP's release of their juice, their own release, right?
I tried that.
So we know that MGP sends, people buy from Midwest grain products, right? And they can buy either White Dog and age it in their own barrels, or they can get barrels from MGP and then store it and age it and blend them together. And they have several different mash bills to choose from. But this is a pretty decent bourbon. And of course, this is the cask strength. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out here in this glass so that I can sip and let you know, Joe, how good it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
And I know we've tried it before and I've reviewed it already, but this is about just grabbing something from my shelf that I want to drink. All right, Teresa Laguera's in the house. Crazy Ann is here. Kathy Bates. Daddy is so catty. Well, he chose to stay over there.
Yeah, we didn't put him there.
He's going to come up for the after party.
Right.
So that's at 7:15 or even sooner. I just can't start it later because Facebook doesn't allow you to start more than so many minutes late. So, but a lot of times we'll end this part of the show by 7:05-ish, and we'll go from there. So what is the latest cool toy that you've purchased?
Not the latest, but I got a story for you.
Okay.
So when I was in California a few years ago, I had a convertible. And I was sitting outside a liquor store drinking a Pepsi, and somebody ran into the driver's side door while I was parked. So I drove it for a while, and then I had to take my nephew for his birthday party to Chuck E. Cheese. So we pulled into the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot. Somebody smashed me on the other side.
That's all in California.
That was like in 3 days. So I took it to a mechanic, and I used to coach a baseball team. So one of the fathers had a motorcycle shop, and he said, "Come on down, and I'll loan you a motorcycle till you get your car back." I said, okay. So he gave me a Kawasaki 900, and I am sitting going about 95 to 100 down the Santa Monica Freeway at about 3 in the morning, thinking, what the heck am I doing? 2 cars just hit me, and I'm doing this. I got a death wish. So ended up that I kept going 100 for a while, and then I gave it back to him the next day.
Question for you though: Were you stopped when you got hit at Chuck E. Cheese?
I was. Well, I was pulling into a parking spot.
Okay, so evidently, the slower you go, the more danger you're in. So yeah.
Hey, there you go. That was back when we didn't have to wear helmets.
Now, you did have a fence put in recently.
I did.
Now that could be part of the conversation. That you did that so you could hang out back there during the summer.
Yeah, I learned something too.
Okay.
So a guy from the city came out and he says, "I got to check your concrete, or I got to check your patio."
Okay.
And so he said it wasn't as big as you said it was. And I said, "Well, I measured it. It wasn't big." And he says, "We only count the concrete. We only count the stuff that's going to stay there, the stationary stuff. All this grass behind your fence, it doesn't count." So that's kind of weird, huh?
Now, what was it for? I mean, what was he counting it for?
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. Okay. So you can put your fence all out there and it doesn't matter.
Anywhere, yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of patio out here. I don't know, but we bought it with the house. We didn't have it put in. I guess if you add square feet, that attaches to your foundation. I guess that's what it is.
Put a few more square feet on and raise my taxes, but oh well. Que sera, sera.
I'd rather have the patio though. That's a cool patio.
Yeah.
We hung out there one night. It was on and off night when I didn't have a live stream or anything. We weren't playing cards. And so I went over there and we had Chillin' Moose cigars.
Good cigars, by the way. Good cigars.
And I saw Phil's video, the one that ended on him prematurely. He did a video and he was doing a review of the Heaven's Door, the double barrel whiskey. And that's what we drank that night because it wasn't a bourbon, but it's a really good whiskey. You know, I like all.
It was, yeah.
Tasty
It was
adult.
very tasty, and it
beverages,
went
yeah.
well with the cigar too.
Oh, it did. And that Chillin' Moose they were $2 a piece. Now they're $3 a piece, and they're probably going to end up being around $4.99 or something. But if you can find a Chillin' Moose cigar right now for under $4, I'd get it. If you like cigars.
It's $3.99 now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It was $2.99 first, then it went up.
No, I got the first one was $1.99.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were $1.99 a piece. Then I went back and they were $2.99 a piece, and now they're $3.99. I think though that's going to be the Chillin' Moose sweet spot. They shouldn't go much higher than that. I think if they go any higher than that, I wouldn't recommend them because there's some stuff out there like when the Olivas were on sale for $5.99. I'd rather pay $5.99 for an Oliva than even $4.99 for a Chillin' Moose.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, they're not that good.
And it's always fun to talk to the people in there.
Yeah.
One guy said, "Oh, this is an awesome cigar," and he pointed it out to me. And as soon as he left, I went to look at it. $45.
No.
For a freaking cigar.
I buy cigars like my wife buys wine. At some point, they price themselves out. Now, around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving, if we're cooking something special, hey, Mr. Great Shot, how's it going? You know, and we want to get a good Pinot or a Merlot that is $45, $50 for the bottle just to have with whatever, that's different. But for up in the middle of whenever to go spend $40 on a cigar, no way.
Yeah, no. Unless it's a Cuban. Well,
there's too many damn good ones for $8, you know. And every once in a while, I'll tip the scale and pay $11 or $12.
$3.99.
But we're talking, and yeah, I know Mr. Great Shot. I think he likes cigars. So
Mr. Great Shot, Chillin' Moose. That's a great cigar if you can find it.
For $3.99, it's a really decent cigar. Put it that way.
Okay, I'll go for that.
If it goes any higher than that, it's average. Yeah. See, my grandfather
Ann is asking you what you have in the glass.
Oh, I'm drinking a George Remus, the cast strength. How do you say?
And I'm drinking a sun-kissed orange.
Yeah. Sun-kissed orange, George Remus, MGPs offering straight from Midwest Grain Products. Buddy. It's really good. Would you like a little pour of it?
No.
You waiting on the after party?
Yeah.
Okay. He said yeah.
Man, a few words.
Yeah. I looked over there. I said, "Would you like a pour of it?" And he said, "No." Like real fast.
Waiting for the after party? Yep.
Oh, okay. He drinking blueberry wine. Yeah, we went to back in the what's that damn sweet bubbly stuff called the Moscato. I couldn't get prosciutto out of my head. Yeah, Moscato. We were back looking at all the Moscatos because my mom likes Moscato, and he found that this blueberry stuff it was, same brand as some of the other Moscatos that were popular. Oh, the Paulaner. Yeah, I like those.
The what?
Paulaner beer. Mark is drinking a Paulaner Hefeweizen.
Caramello.
Oh, Caramello.
So, what have you bought recently?
Oh, well, last year I got the John Deere riding mower.
Right, yeah.
And it came in really handy today.
I saw it out there.
Yeah, my wife, she does fat puppy treats. So she had an event to go to. So she's like, hey, I'm going to load up the truck. And she had been using this outbuilding. And I had been using primarily, like, we have a patio, like we park our cars under the roof, and there's a garage door that's automatic. You know, we have a button hanging inside the mud room, and we can make the garage door go up and down. But I had my lawnmower parked in there and all that. And it was weird because I'd have to move my car to get the big ass lawnmower out. Right. And she was backed in with her Durango, having to go all the way to the shed and bring her stuff to the thing. And she's like, why don't we swap? And I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. So now she had all of her stuff out and was gone. So Dad helped me and we moved a bunch of stuff, but we used the lawnmower and a wagon, a little red wagon with it's that radio flyer wagon, you know, but it has the wood rails up on it, you know, all around. And I have a quick release on the back of the John Deere. It's got a big heavy magnet on it. And so it's a pin, you know, you can put implements on there. And I have this little strap, and I take the front of the wagon and I put it down there, and I strap the top of the ring on that quick release to the wagon handle and cinch it down there. And then I can pull that thing all over the place with the lawnmower. And I know it probably looks redneck as hell, you know, when I'm doing it. I got this giant, because I didn't get the smallest John Deere because we have the hills out front. And I was reading about the gear, you know, ratio or what you need, you know, for a certain grade. And so I bought a step up one, and I've got this big ass John Deere, and I'm pulling this tiny little red wagon behind me. But I don't care what it looks like as long as I let the deer do the work.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see here. When Joe gets his fill, he stumbles down the hill. Oh, we should write a song. Poor Joe hit his rump on a stump. Jody is a prick. We all seen him give him a kick. I actually extended a hand. I helped him up.
Good one, Kathy.
But
didn't do anything to my pride because I was too drunk to realize it. So, but it was all faked. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was all staged. He's a great actor. That's what it was.
I come from California. That's where they grow them.
Now recently in 2019, we got the camper trailer, and I gave you a tour of that thing.
That's awesome.
And we've enjoyed it. Very expensive. I will say that. And it's one of those things where you don't realize how expensive it's going to be until you buy it, right? And then it's like, oh, this is just camper. You got to have these hoses, and it has to be these hoses, and you can't just use a water hose. You have to have a drinking water hose, you know, there. And of course, it's 9 times more than a regular water hose. And we have to have this little expandable thing for the sewer line thing to run down to dump, you know, all that junk. You have to have special everything. We had to buy, we bought these pots and pans that stack inside each other, and they have one handle, but it clips on to whatever you're using at the time. And then you can hit this trigger and it'll come off, and you can put it on something else. But they all are lightweight, but they have a heavy bottom, you know, where the heat gets dispersed and all that. But it's like a turkey fryer metal on the outside of those things, but thinner even, and more like a mixing bowl. You know, it feels what they feel like, but they have that heavy bottom on them for the burners. But man, it was just like I always said, whatever you spent for the trailer, say you spent $36,000, get ready to spend $3,600 on just the basic crap of what you need. Not, you know,
And
not all the other stuff we decided to buy.
And then $3,600 to fill up your car when you go on vacation.
Oh, that's the other thing. Well, and we had to buy the big ass Durango to pull it.
Yeah.
And that's the most powerful vehicle we've ever owned together. I mean, I've driven farm trucks and stuff. I've driven 350s and stuff like that before. In the military, I drove deuce and a halves, big 2.5 ton flatbeds, and I drove bulldozers and things, but this is the most powerful thing we've owned for residential living. Is that damn Durango.
So
other than that, I've spent all my money on this shit right here.
I know I'm spending money on this stuff too.
Yeah. He was
starting to stock up.
You were browsing cameras over there.
Yeah. Can you get a really nice camera?
Yeah, he's learning Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm showing him how to do keyframes and layered videos and all that type of stuff to make things dance around and all that. And he's doing a pretty good job.
I got one going up.
Yep. Soon. And he did it all by himself. Now, if you go back in, did you save the project in Adobe Premiere Pro?
Yeah.
Okay, so all you have to do is just change that to H.264. That's it. And then when you export it again, and it won't be grainy, it'll be full, when you export it. But if you have to change the size, because the problem is when I play a video, you have to look on you'll have to redo the whole thing. So when you put the video into the track, into the timeline, it sets your, what do they call it? The format for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that new file gets created down there. It's the one with all the little squares on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you right click on it or double click on a Mac or whatever and bring up the menu and go to settings on that. And that's where you set your 16:9 or whatever screen size. Because when I played the video, it came up really small. So you need it to come up, and like when I double click it to open it, it should open up big. And then in H.264. So if H.264 is just going to make it look good but small, you're going to have to redo it, because if you change your settings for the timeline, you have to get everything off of the timeline. So
that's okay. I'm having fun playing around with it. So we're all good, man.
Cool music you found. Hopefully it won't get copy struck. And that's another thing. We were playing, we played a music special the other night on Thursday. And that was the Thursday giveaway show. My son was here. Big Daddy H was here. And we played a lot of good music. And hopefully it was good. But we had everything pushed back. And I had the Behringer mixer with the studio mics out and all of that. And Samantha Lee co-hosted for me because I couldn't get to the computer, going back and forth. Thank you so much for that. Popping people up and down from the chats on the screen and all, and did a great job. But we got copyright, not a warning, not a strike. It was, hey, everything's good. You're still making money off this video, but you have to share what you're making with Sony, MGM Music. There was like 4 or 5 of them. And I'm like, hey, if they want to cut them my 35 cents, go right on.
Hey, Cole Running, welcome.
So I'm not too worried about it. I think the only time you get a copyright strike is if you hit play and play them for too long, and it take like I'm making money off. If I'm making money off Aerosmith because I'm playing their,
and they come on and tell you not to, and then you keep playing it, then
yeah, because I'm not adding anything to, like, if I just brought them up and let them play, if you go too long, they'll end your stream, But I was kind of worried about that, but we were doing the music. I mean, we were not playing background music or anything. We played the guitar, and that's it. We sang. So
I knew we were good, but I didn't think we were that good.
we got close enough. We got somewhere. We got close enough. We got. And it may very well have been from the stuff Blake was doing.
Yeah, wagon wheel.
Yeah, wagon wheel probably got us hit.
Wagon wheel?
Yeah, Darius Rucker.
Mm.
I mean, there's Old Crow Medicine Show did it, and then Darius Rucker redid it, and it's not that old, so we probably got picked up, and then but we also did Death Cab for Cutie. We did Jason Mraz. We there were some other things that we were doing in there that probably got us hit. Oh, Crazy Ann said, "There's that sexy voice in the background."
It's gonna get me in trouble.
No. Lest we forget, there's a whole lot of water between us and Crazy Ann. Yeah, we don't have a boat big enough to get over there. and Big Daddy A's don't fly.
We'd have to confiscate one of them Russian yachts.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sheba B. Thank you. And we're really glad you are enjoying it. And I am going to try a little ditty of a song I put together in the after party. I will have to bring up a cheat sheet so I can remember the words, but you heard me singing quietly, singing quietly over here. And I think I have the music I want to go with it.
Crazy Ann said, "I will never get you in trouble."
If she does, she'll make it right. But no, yeah, we'll have some fun here in a little bit. But I'm not seeing too many people post anything about their cool toys. If anybody else has something, throw it out there.
Yeah, she would be. I like blackberry brandy too.
Oh, blackberry brandy. I can drink brandy. I call it brandy wine, but I used to make a brandy. Gosh, I can't remember. It was a cake. It was like a rum cake, but it was a brandy thing, and you had to do a flambe on it, and at the end, but you had to put the lid over it to snuff it out because you wanted to leave some alcohol in it. You didn't want it, but it had the blue flame. When you serve it, and I was trying to be fancy, and it tasted like shit. But I did enjoy sipping on the brandy.
And I burned it to a crisp.
No, it wasn't that. It was just something weird about it. I can't remember now. It's been a long time since I tried it. But I remember going to the restaurant supply store, and I thought, well, I'll use this thing because it's a big dome deal on a platter. And when you're in a restaurant supply store, everything you look at, you don't realize how freaking big it is, right? And then you get it home and you're like, why did I buy a 2-foot platter for this tiny cake, right? And I ended up getting rid of it because, but it didn't look that big in the store because it was sitting beside all these bigger ones, that would fit like 3 turkeys under them, And I bought the smallest one they had, and it was a lightweight thing. And I thought, well, if we have leftover cake, I can put the dome over it. It had a little rubber thing around the bottom of the dome that you could position it anywhere on the platter, and it would kind of seal it, down. And I bought that just to do the cake. I think it cost me like $16, $17 for the little cheap ass dome and, platter. And put the thing down, had the little cake on it, put the dome over it, and then lifted it back up, and the flames were still going. I'm like, oh, okay. There's too much oxygen under the dome for the little cake. It's like, I had to leave it down there. And that may have been what done it, because it was like the chocolate was really bitter. Because it was like a cherry chocolate thing, brandy cake or something, and it just, I guess it kind of got a burnty flavor to it from that, and I think it burned up too much of the alcohol too.
Brandy flambe.
Yeah, and it was the last time I tried that. I'm not a baker. I'm a cook. Yeah, I don't like measuring things. I mean, I will, but for pancakes or bread dough or pizza dough or something, if I decide I want to make it at home. But I mean, it's simple, super simple to make your own pasta, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of do that, but I can do that eyeballing it.
Yeah,
you know?
just throw the shit in.
Yeah. And but I don't like making like cupcakes and like stuff where you have to really measure everything out. I just don't care about that. I like sauces and soups and chili and take my liberties with it. I can make a mean, I didn't even know I could. I can make a mean crawfish etouffee though. Or a shrimp etouffee, shrimp or crawfish, either one. Hey mom, you upstairs or she probably sitting in the room? Got that mesh repeater up there.
Who's the guy that we crashed last week? When he kept saying people were in the house?
Oh Lord, you're talking about a week ago.
Yeah, he had a black beard about that long.
Oh, Independent Joe?
Yeah, Independent Joe.
Okay. Yeah. Independent Joe. Yeah, he's up and coming. I mean,
he was cool.
He's doing some good stuff.
I like it when he said, Dixie Hawkins in the house.
Yeah. In the house. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, Independent Joe's got a great logo and he's doing some cool stuff. And I think he's really gonna get there. See here. I was gonna look at something just real quick on my phone. You can talk about.
So I guess nobody else spent any really huge money on anything.
Recently? Oh, and it doesn't have to be a huge money. I mean, it can be I bought a dirt bike from somebody off of Craigslist for $250 and overhauled it, and now I can whiz up and down the lane.
There you go.
I mean, any old thing. I mean, it could be hell, a Husqvarna chainsaw or whatever.
Yeah, that's my next purchase. I'm going to buy a rider mower.
Tim the Tool Man.
I can never repeat that.
Just not the. Got that new laptop. All right.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the guy wants $85 a week to cut my lawn.
I'm telling you, that's why I got that lawnmower. I mean, you start doing the math on it,
one, yeah,
and it's cheaper in the long run to just get one. And you could probably get the one just under mine because you don't have the same slope.
I do have a slope over on the other side, though.
Oh, yours goes up to
one, yeah.
Oh, that goes up.
I didn't even think that was mine for a long time.
Oh.
And the guy next door was building a fence, and he got the surveyor out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh yeah, that's all yours up there." Well, shit.
Oh man, this big space over here between all the houses,
mm-hmm.
and it's behind her house here, and her yard goes up a pretty good ways, but those houses have huge backyards. And there was a lady out there walking with a push mower.
I know.
And I'm like, she looked like an ant in the middle of a freaking dinner plate, boy. And I was like, golly, if somebody needs a riding mower, that's it right there.
Thanks, Cool Running. Cheers.
Got a skid steer. I'm the only one that gets to use it. All right. Now, a skid steer. I'm going to need some help with that. I thought that because we had, when we were, how much for a ride-on? Well, you can get a ride-on mower for about $1,200 and up, somewhere along in there, but I had to get a little bit bigger one. But it depends. Like we have a rule, they call it rule of thumb, if it takes you longer than 30 minutes to mow your yard, or what was it, 1 hour?
Wow.
If it takes you more than an hour to mow your yard, you need a bigger mower, right? So if you can mow it between 20 minutes and 50 minutes on a $1,000 riding mower, that's all you need. But you're going to have a little deck on it. It's just, mine's a 50 2-inch, I think, cutting. It's got the multi blades, all that. And so I can, because we got a lot of real estate, here on this corner lot. And I'm responsible for all that down by the road, down the hill. So I have to mow all that. And then, Bobcat. Okay. Yeah. When we were those skidders, when the lumber companies cutting those cutovers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big tractor. This skid steer he's talking about is what my friend's got, and he's got a drives fence post. He's got
Okay. I see what you said.
Grinder to go on it.
Oh, you can put other implements on it and all that.
Sit
Yeah.
up there and watch what you're doing right there.
Okay. All right, gotcha. I know what it is now. That would be cool. Yeah.
Nothing to play with, though. You got to make money when you buy one.
Got to make money when you get one. Yeah.
How many acres is that, Mr. Greenshot?
Yeah, he's got a freaking ton.
It takes me 2 days.
Now that's different. I'm talking about the lawn area, right? So, because we had 10 acres of land, and we had pasture, and we had donkeys, and we had llamas, and all that. And every once in a while, the pasture would get ahead of the livestock, and we would go cut it, and run across it with a brush hog. But that's a brush hog. That's not a mower, But the part I mowed, it took me about an hour because we had a pretty big backyard, and I'd mow that front part out through the woods. But I always wanted to get down by the highway where the mailbox was. And that was all I mowed with that zero turn Husqvarna. But all the rest of it was with tractor.
10 acres of lawn. Oh my God.
Yeah, I wouldn't sculpt 10 acres of lawn. No.
Wow.
I would let it grow up. I'd probably go out there and
get a herd of goats.
Well, I would cut it down like real short and probably run some unless it's already improved, but I would run some Roundup over it. And then in the fall, I would treat it for winter, and then plant improved like alfalfa seeds and things like that, and let it grow up, and then cut it, and then bale it, and then sell the bales of hay. But there you want them to grow up. You want it to get up there. And then I would mow, carve out what you want for your beauty lawn, and then plant Bermuda there or something, and keep that mowed down. 2 days. Yeah, I wouldn't mow all that.
Wow. Yeah, my gardener says that he wants to keep the grass like that high because he said the sun will kill it. But I think what he's actually doing is making it so it will be that high when he gets back here every week.
Mm-hmm.
And if he cut it shorter, he wouldn't have to come so often.
Well, I have to mow every week, and I cut mine down pretty low. And no, it does not freaking kill it. It would in Texas. It doesn't here. In Texas, you can't cut that shit that short because it'll dry. The ground will have cracks in it. You need your grass tall enough to hold the moisture in. But here, you can't keep stuff from growing here.
You can't, definitely.
It's just like poof, I won't finish that sentence. I'll finish that sentence I'll finish that thought in the after party.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something that happened to me one day. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. Greatshot, why don't you get a couple goats? Just let them do your lawn mowing.
Yeah, then you have to fence it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then they just wander off, and all of a sudden, they'd be out in the middle of nowhere. 3.5 inches. Yep. Do you have an irrigation system for all 10 acres there, Mr. Greatshot? It would take your entire swimming pool to water half that lawn. Raven the Blackbird, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, and I think I paid, I don't know, 30 something hundred for that John Deere out there. But I did a lot of research and I almost bought a different brand. There's several, there. But that one was the best deal for the hill that I had to pull.
Yeah, I got to be careful about that. Got to have enough power to get up that hill.
Eat it to the roots. Well, it depends on how many goats you get. You let them out in 10 acres and they'll spread around because they really want to eat. Well, donkeys are good because they want the greener, softer stuff on top, and they'll keep it. They'll graze all around.
Keep it clean right up to the fence.
Right up to the fence. Don't even have to weed eat. They would, because they would let that get, and once that got a little tall by the fence, they would come out there and they would munch all along the fence because they wanted that fresh green. Not gonna water that dang yard. All right. Well, we are getting close to 7 o'clock.
Yes, we are.
And I'm not ending this stream just yet, but I am going to go prep because I'm going to put the link to come up, pin it on the after party so that we can have people come up in the basement and things like that. So I am going to do another thing here. They can still see us, Joe, so you can talk to them.
So 10 acres, huh? Why don't you take 5 of those acres and make a gun range or something, and just then you only have 5 to mow.
I hope they can still see us. Let me make sure. Can y'all still see us, hear us, all that?
Yeah.
Because I'm on 2 different stream yards right now. Because I'm on the after party, and I'm going to grab the invite right there, and then I'll leave studio. Awesome. And now close that browser. Hey, we're still here. Wow,
Hey,
you
we
can be
are.
on 2 streams at the same time.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool,
That gets
man.
you some hours, huh?
I guess.
Be on 5 streams and.
Yeah, I gotta go over here, and then I'm gonna bring up the other stream here, and it got quiet. You gotta keep.
So Crazy Ann, sorry. Hey, Crazy Ann, I have something for you. Surprise. I'm almost ready to bring up another channel, and I'm not going to give any hints right yet, but it's coming soon, and it's going to be a good one. Now that I'm becoming an expert.
He's a fast learner. All right. So, yeah.
Oh, really? Yes, really.
He's got a pretty good little intro or a channel teaser made. I watched it earlier. He's just got to get a little more with the output of the video, frame it right, all that, but I'll help you with that.
Just a little tweaking going on, and then we're rocking that new channel.
This is probably the only bourbon. Well, it was a cast strength, so I'm going to go to beer for the after party, but cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
And I did pin the link in the after party. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And here in just a few minutes, we will crank that after party link up, and I'll go live on it. Like I said, I can go live early. I just can't be late.
All right, everybody.
Hope to see everybody over there, and we will be playing some music. So here we go.
I'll see you in a minute. Got to go medicate my dog.
We are on Facebook. I have a page and a profile on Facebook, and I'm actually simulcasting to both of those right now, as well as YouTube. So
I am, but I don't have a Facebook channel for the new show yet.
Yep.
But I'm going to create one here pretty quick.
But cheers, and I hope to see y'all all in the after party. Just a
Cheers,
few minutes.
cheers.
Just a few minutes.